We're back at Pacific Grappling, starting a new series now, working on our triangles. So thank you again, sir.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and, all right, let's go on the floor here. So, working on triangles. A lot of times people get stuck in triangle, right? So I'm gonna use you on this side. So, typical setup, 100 ways to get the triangle. Let's work on whenever you're here. So, common defense, right, is to make a frame. There's a stack up on top of me, right? So, let's start off with the basic stuff. So we want to have a dynamic triangle that actually like has more attacks than just trying to squeeze, right? So first thing is on top of me, I can't close my hips up, so I want to go ahead and make space, right? So an easy way to do it is I can push on my knee, hold on my shin, push my knee, I can step back and cinch down, right? Another thing I want to do is I want to turn my angle, right? So that's your basic triangle, right? So like I get here, I'm cinched down, I turn my angle and squeeze, maybe get the choke, right? Now, let's say it doesn't work, so the other steps come in, right? Variety of options we're right here. So he makes his frame, gets his hands together, right? So first one's a wrist locks. I'll go gentle on your wrist, sir. So first one's a wrist locks, right? So we're here. Easy way to do it is I brace against him. I'm gonna come up from underneath, right? I'm gonna catch his hand, get to here. I'm gonna crank into it that way, right? Push his wrist that way. Next way to do it, depending on where he's holding his frame at, might be easier to go down, and that's fine too. Again, we're gonna brace against it. I catch his wrist and then crank down. And push it into my hip here, and then pull that way, right? That's the two options for wrist locks. Move on from there, we got the shoulder lock, right? So I can come up from underneath, and I can reach through right here. I can grab my own wrist and crank this way. As I do, I'm gonna push my hips against his shoulder to create a nice little brace, right? I'm gonna turn, kind of like ringing him out, right? Opposite ways. So again, he's got his hands together, a shoulder lock, right? I come up from underneath, I'm gonna reach over with this hand and get to here, right? I'm gonna hold this hand, I'm gonna push, turn this way. There's your shoulder lock option, right? Again, they're either free and they're trying their best to stop me, so their arm's there. Again, if they lose this or I can't get my shoulder lock, I can go right into the attacking triangle anyway. So I can go ahead and go here, and then turn into it, and finish anyway, right? So it's always there. So we got that. So he's still there, got the frame that's not working, that's fine. Next option, again, from this side, we got the frame he's trying to posture or whatever, that's fine. We got this, we're gonna grab a hold of the arm, turn our hips, let's go for the arm bar, right? Nice and tight, we're already in it, and then we hit the arm. And all this from here, so he's got his frame, go ahead, sir. He got his frame. I'm just gonna shimmy my hips a little bit and get both legs over the side of his head, right? So we're here, get a hold of his arm, grab it, we're gonna turn. If you push up his hip, you can too. Just keep really close when you do it. Turn, boom, there's the arm, right? So, there you got two wrist locks, shoulder lock, and an arm bar, all from that setup, if they create a frame. The next common one that people do is they put the arm around the hip, right? So in the triangle, he puts his arm around my hip. They go to here. Happens a lot, right? So we'll go ahead and turn a little bit so that he can see us more. Alright, so we're here. You got good space?
Yep.
Alright. They put the arm around the hip. So first one we'll do is a nice neck compression. I'm not gonna be able to get my legs laced up like this. If you got long legs, more power to you, but I'm not gonna get this, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch our feet, right? So this is what normally would be trying to get a triangle. I'm gonna switch our feet. I'm gonna reach my arms around my knees. And the bottom is my knees, right? I'm gonna clasp my hands together in an S grip. Just like that, right? So we're here. I'm gonna squeeze my legs and my arms at the same time. So there. And turn into a nice little crank right here, right? Easy one to hit, low wrist. I'm not losing anything, so go for it, right? So it's a nice little crank right there. So his arms in there. We're trying for our triangle. We can't get it. We're gonna switch. Go behind the knees, right? Don't go above them. Go behind your thighs right here, right? S grip. And we're gonna squeeze both to there, right? That's your first option. Next one. His arm is in here, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hand in here, right? I'm gonna pull close to my chest. He's gonna be digging, trying to hide his hand, and that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna keep this close. I'm gonna reach over with this hand and grab my own bicep and grab his wrist. So we get here, we'll keep tight, and then again, a nice shoulder lock, right? His arm's gonna come up this way, right? All this I'm digging through, right? His arm's in there. I turn, I'm gonna dig in, reach over, grab my own wrist, grab my own bicep like this, right? And then pull up that way, right? Same option from there, still another wrist lock. Wrist is there, we can grab it and crank the wrist in as well, right? Two easy ones from there. Typically what's gonna happen from here, if he's trying to pull this, so as soon as I go to this, he's gonna try to straighten his arm out, right? So when he straightens his arm out and comes around, it's only got one way to go, right? So I wanna catch it with my head. So as it comes around, if I don't have my head there, what's gonna happen is he's gonna pull it out and go back to center, right? I'm gonna lose my option. So I can still go do other things, that's fine. But I wanna catch it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my arm in there, right? As he brings around, I'm gonna stop with my head. You might get slapped in the face, but it's okay, all right? So I'm gonna stop with my head. As I come around, it's gonna catch my head to here, right? So we'll be here, probably need to turn a little bit so you see.
That's good.
So we're gonna be here, and I'm gonna catch it like I'm holding the phone, right? So I caught it here, he's got an arm, I'm gonna turn back the hip again. So we're going for it here, he's pulling the arm out, I catch it to here, right? I'm gonna keep my arm on his elbow, tip of the elbow, right? So I'll keep the arm cutting here, I'm gonna turn my hips, I'm gonna get that nice inverted arm, right? Crank it out. So one more time. We're here, I'm pushing in, trying to go for the shoulder lock, but he straightens his arm, catch it with my head, right? We'll be on the tip of the elbow, and then crank it that way, and that's a straight arm bar from there, right? Easy option, right? So that gives you a shoulder lock, a neck crank, a wrist lock, and the inverted arm bar, all from that one spot right there, right? Easy day. Let me make sure I got all my stuff. Well, thank you, sir.
Yep.
Appreciate it.